In this video, we drive over 1,000 miles on the sketchy Mexican highways, and then we pull over for a roadside repair as our roof nearly lifts off the RV. Then we continue to the USA border where we get stuck on the Mexican side, nearly arrested, and there's major damage to the RV. Hey guys, let me catch you up on a few things before we start this video. So the last two videos and this video were actually filmed in February, earlier this year. So I'm kind of fast forwarding through some stuff to get you caught up to real time. So the next video will be more or less real time. In this video, we're gonna show you how we left Mexico. Shortly thereafter, Stephanie went back to college, so I'm very happy for her. We parted on good terms. I have nothing but respect and good thoughts towards her. Please be kind to her and any comments and everything. She's really a good, sweet person. And I'm so thankful I had her in my life for a little while. So that's why you're not actually gonna see her in this video. And then the next video, I promise we'll get you caught up to real time. We had 1,000 miles to drive up the Baja Peninsula back to the United States. I will be ready when we are out of Baja for this reason right here, this coach. I barely fit inside the line. So when we're passing another car, I have to be on the line and there's no shoulder. It's really scary. Well, this, I mean, number one, the lane is a good 10 inches wider, a foot wider than the other lane, plus there's like 2 feet of shoulder. So it's not, this by American standards would be a pretty narrow road, but this is so much nicer. I'm not sitting there going, what are you doing? So the wind is so strong, it's blowing like 30, 40 miles an hour out of the west and blowing right across the highway. So this awning cover, like it just, I guess it wasn't wrapped tight enough, so it opened up and we in the middle of the road and we pulled it off. Then this one kind of pulled out. You can see how it's not wrapped real well, and I don't know if it caught part of the roof or the roof would just needed to be replaced anyway, but it ripped that section of the roof up, and so it was just catching air, and it was going to rip the rest of the roof off. So we pulled over and turned the other way away from the wind, so that it's not lifting up anymore. So now what I'm going to do for a temporary fix, thankfully I've got some pieces of wood. I'm going to cut them into like 6-inch sections and drill through them down into the metal that thing catches on, and then just screw those in every couple feet to hold the roof down until we can get it more permanently fixed when we get back to the States. So I'm just going to cut these each in half, and then I'm gonna put, 6 of them holding that down. Hopefully that works. It's a good thing I had tools on the RV, although we came up with a better solution than the wooden blocks. All right, so I think I got a fix here. On this side already, it's happened before on this side. You can see that somebody's screwed in to hold the top down and resealed it. So that works, obviously. And so I'm gonna redo the back half here, but the problem is I only have these wood screws, and they're not really designed to hold things down. See how they're tapered up, right? It's just designed to hold wood in. So, and I don't have any washers. So what I'm gonna do is I have a bunch of these like L brackets. So I'm gonna drill it out and then drill those in, and that should hold it down pretty well. Yeah, I'm gonna have this piece of metal sticking out the side, but I can go back later and get some proper screws and screw it in and then reseal it, and I think it'll be good as new. I'm glad I didn't go with my first plan. Once I realized that it had already been redone, because I just would have put holes in the roof. I mean, I'm still putting holes in the roofs, but it's a lot easier to reseal this stuff. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it works out.
Are you sad?
I'm not sad.
Are you angry?
No. Just
frustrated?
Part of boat and RV life.
Oh, you Vectra!
Okay, I think I got it as well as I can do here now. I need to replace those L's, those elbows, with like regular flashing, and then of course glue it all in and seal it. But I think this will last us till we can get to a Home Depot or something.
On the road again. On the road again.
The rest of the drive was fairly uneventful on the sketchy, narrow roads back to the United States border. That's the border wall. Well, we're not in Mexico anymore, and we have some scars to prove it, so not too happy about it. We left Mexico, crossed the border, we made it to Las Vegas here, but when we were crossing the border, the signage there on the Mexican side of the border is pretty poor, and so we didn't know exactly which lane we were supposed to go through. We went through the wrong lane. My mistake, you know, I owned up to it, it was my fault. Turned into the wrong lane, and it just gets narrower and narrower, and we basically get stuck where we can't go forward anymore. And that pisses off the Mexican side because we're blocking traffic. We ended up blocking traffic for like 20 to 30 minutes. They had to move a couple things, and then we still couldn't fit through, so they were like, look, you have no choice, you have to go. So we ended up scratching pretty good and denting a few things, the RV. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I mean, it's fixable. There's no structural damage. It's just, you know, maybe some body work. Maybe they have to replace a couple of these doors and paint. It needed paint anyway, so, you know, it is what it is. But here's what happened. We were on the Mexican side, stuck. We couldn't go anymore. Like, literally, it was 2 feet from the American side. That's where we couldn't go anymore. Upsets the Mexicans, so they demand our passports, and we had no choice because we're still in Mexico, so we had to hand over our passports. We crossed the border. We ended up, you know, finally getting through after 20, 30 minutes, and so the Mexicans told us, go through, then turn around, come back to the Mexican side, and pay a penalty for blocking the traffic, and we'll give you your passports back. We get on the American side. The American CBP is actually pretty nice about it. They are really cool and very helpful. And they said, well, don't drive the RV back. Park the RV and walk back across the border. Because we had our passport cards, so that's how we got into America. And then they said, walk back across the border. So we did. We walked back across the border. We go to the Mexican guy that was really upset with us. He was a real jerk, too. He was yelling at Stephanie and saying, give me your effing passport. He was real nasty. I mean, I get it, but anyway, it's just a thing. You don't have to get upset about it. It just happens. Don't get upset when stuff happens. Just, okay, oh, well, you did this. Come back, pay the penalty. You'll be fine. Whatever. Anyway, we walk back across the border. He says, no, you need to drive the RV back. And I was like, well, if it's a penalty, like, why can't I just pay the penalty now and you give us our passports and we go? He goes, no, you have to bring the RV back. There's more to it than that. You bring the RV back, you pay the penalty, then we'll give you your passports and you can leave. Sounds pretty dubious to me. So we walk back across the border to America. We're talking to the CBP officers, and the supervisor, who was really friendly, came out and was talking to us and said that basically, no, do not take the RV back. They will use it basically to hold you ransom and charge you who knows whatever amount. And they'll say, okay, well, you pay this or we're keeping the RV, or, you know, or we'll keep you too. So we don't know exactly what would happen. They advised us just to leave, take off in the RV, leave the passports behind, and report them stolen and get new ones. So that's what we did. We're traveling very soon, so we had to do the rush thing, and we got them in process. We'll have them in a few days, but, you know, $1,500 worth of passports, but that's probably cheaper than what we would have had there. Plus, then I got to get this fixed. So, is what it is. Live and learn, but hey, at least we're safe and we're back in America. Had a good time in Mexico, just the one bad experience, but there you go.